Yo, 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 welcome back to Crypto's Juiciest News. Bitcoin, friends, has done a bit of a recovery back to 63,000 American dollars right here. Now, what I have here is the 4-hour chart, friends. And of course, there's that triangle. Remember, a new triangle. You see, we just draw it again, but no, not really. See, friends, I just look at these order blocks. I'm like, wow, we came back. But look, are we completely out of the coast? Is the coast clear now? I don't know, man. Friends, when it comes to these, sometimes you take a step back and you look at the macro. And when people say macro, like look at everything. No. It's simple, man. Just change it to a monthly candle. That's it. Just change it to a monthly candle. Change it to a monthly chart. Okay, so you got to remember M macro. That's it. And you're like, hey, how do I look at this chart? Okay, look at the candle color. That's it. What is it? It's red. All right, red monthly candle. It's still April. That's it. Okay, April, next 2 weeks. Okay, going to be red. Maybe you shock a bit lower. Maybe you try to come back up and then come back down, go sideways. That's pretty much what it comes down to. And we're expecting this. Why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At 6 green monthly candles, we're like, be careful, man. And everyone's still buying on the 7th. So, look, this chart, though, this is deceiving because Bitcoin has been able to survive here. But remember, Bitcoin is store of value, Bitcoin ETF, new money has actually come in. With the other coins, though, you're buying at the end of 6 green monthly candles. You're not back to break even, man. A lot of these things, they're already like down 20% from their entry because it went up in March. It comes back down, okay? But what comes next is the most important part of all because what they'll actually see is, okay, if Bitcoin has like a 10% shock, they'll have a 20% shock. Then Bitcoin recovers. Bitcoin has a 5% shock. They'll have another 10% shock. And so the market is just slowly running out of buyers for those things because most of them don't have proper product market fit at all. Their product market fit was that Solana had green monthly candles and everybody was just punting around in altcoin land. So let's play some nice, gentle Habibi music because we're not at zero yet. We're not at zero yet, friends. Let's look at the Ethereum price chart. Man, this is crazy, man. This is the Pulse Chain SAC wallet price. I just want you to watch it, friends, because this is interesting. Look, man, you're going to go through a long life, a long and prosperous and healthy life. And I just want you to know, man, nobody is invincible. So, yeah, even Richard Hart, genius, can do a lot of things. Yeah, man, he even has to sit through this vertical pop and this vertical drop. So that's really, really important. Just to remember in the back of your mind. So before you do leverage, friends, just remember, man, he was like, you know what, I got to risk it for this biscuit, and it drops 26%. Now, altcoins, friends, they won't drop 26% from that point. They'll drop 60%. Actually, if you look at that point, yeah, Pulse Chain and PulseX dropped 60 to 70%. So, friends, I'm teaching you a lesson. Even 2-to-1 leverage, just a 2x, okay, not 100x, a 2x leverage, you're liquidated. You're all gone. All your money's gone. Now, of course, you're meant to manage your stop and play that, but people don't do that, man. They don't want to take the loss. I've seen people throw in 10 grand and it drops instantly. They're like, oh, man, I'm down 2 grand already. I don't want to get out. I'll just wait till it's break even. Okay, it comes back like 7 times. On the 8th time, you lose everything and you realize, oh my gosh, I've just wasted 2 months trying to do this when I should have just stopped in the first place. And if we go to the weekly super trend for Bitcoin, friends, this is the weekly chart. Remember, we're looking for, whenever you see these weekly charts, always look for this green line, or if it's a bear market, right, red line. And yes, the weekly super trends are very important. We're still in the green. But look, I want you to be careful because if you're, say, watching Ivan on Tech, by the way, his indicator is literally, I've just given you like $1,000 plus indicator for free. Wink, wink. Okay, just look. I'm being serious. Okay. When it comes to people looking at these, friends, yes, the trend is your friend. However, you can then look for signs later on. You're like, okay, is this thing really going to go on forever? Look, man, it could. Of course, anything can go on forever, can it? But you've already noticed, hey, there's some sort of stalling out here. And when you have this attitude of be bullish with the trend, friends, do you want me to tell you what price we would flip bearish at if you follow these indicators to the T? Okay, it would flip red at a Bitcoin price of 30%. Now, friends, let me tell you something. If Bitcoin closes a week under 50K, it's at 49K, that's 30% drop. I will tell you right now, every altcoin from today is down another 60 to 70%. Congratulations. Oh, you're bullish in the bull trend and you're bearish in the bear trend. Yeah, you're bearish after you retrace 70%. You know what I mean? You have a 100 grand portfolio. Okay, now it's back down to 30. Sweet, time to get bearish. See, it doesn't work like that. There's nothing is free in this game. there's only two ways to trade pretty much, friends. There's people who go with it or go against it. People who go against it looking for divergences, looking for RSIs and stuff. That's people go against stuff, fading. And there's people going with the trend. Both of them pretty much, but you want to ask, oh, what's better, what's better? Actually, nothing's actually better. They're both the same. They're both about 50-50, okay? But in crypto, because we trend so hard, trending's actually better. But in every other asset class and stuff, it's pretty much 50-50. However, you can't just hold trends forever. You have to have points where you're like, look, I'm just scaling out 2%, 5% at a time. I don't think we're there yet. We're not even at Bitcoin halvening yet. Throughout later in the year, friends, I'm going to have to make, look, it's going to be very, very critical because I'll be still holding stuff. So how can I say, hey, I'm bullish, but I've scaled out? Like, maybe that's how we have to work through things. We're like, hey, I might just have to do some universal calls, friends, where I'm just like when we start seeing some froth and stuff here, just a little bit, I go, I don't think this is top, but I think you should just peel off 3% of your portfolio and put it into stable coins. That's it. I don't think it's top. Just keep saying that over and over, and that's how you basically weed yourself into it. Because, friends, it gets really, really, really addicting. It's dopamine, man. Just watching this thing go up and up and up and up. The most dangerous thing somebody can do is to see their all-time high portfolio quote. That's the most dangerous thing because it's literally one day out of like 100 days of that topping area, all right? 1 out of 100 days. So it's like a 1% chance that someone's ever going to sell it, right? And to hold that whole way and know that it's literally impossible. You see what I mean? So it's more about a process of getting rid of stuff over time. That's what you have to really be thinking about. Now, I want to show you the total crypto market cap. I'm going to put on a 3-day here. Actually, the daily chart's really important. This is really important, friends. You see how we came back here? Look, if you asked, where do we go if there is an actual big capitulation event, like a real run? We go down here. We pretty much go down here. We either stop at this level or at this level. That's pretty much it. And then it's like, okay, but I don't think it's going to happen. I hope it doesn't happen. I hope this is pretty much it. I hope, because it's been a long bear market. Okay, it hasn't really been a long bear market. If you want to know, friends, 4-year cycle, it's messed up because altcoins and Bitcoin didn't peak at the same time within the same month period. They had a 6-month delay. Okay, but actually, if you think about it, friends, we're almost in May already. Like, man, that's crazy. The 5th month of the year. You know, like, we're pretty much by September this year. Okay, by let's say October, November this year, according to everything in crypto's history, we should be going up by then. But we should be going up like everything. As in, like, everything starts going up. That's pretty much it. That is the Bitcoin scheduling by the 4-year cycle of liquidity injections and the halvening and just everything else, how everything's been going for the past 3 cycles. That's the period of time where, hey, Bitcoin just starts flushing up. That's why, friends, look, a lot of people, I know there's the S&P 500 correlation, but I still think there's some magical force at play here where I really think, you know how everybody's bought the top of Solana and Coinbase and they're in denial and cope about it yet? A lot of these people, friends, I think, say, Coinbase will get a resurgence. Maybe I'm just guessing with all the developers and the apps and their users coming in. But the users have to be wanting to come into crypto. They're hearing about it right now. So I feel like they're going to come in at the end of the year, right? I think that's what they're going to come in because that's scheduling the same time where Bitcoin is scheduled to like re-break its high. You know, a lot of people think, okay, definitely they've translated or we're going up. Friends, I'm just going to show you one thing. Like, I saw Blockchain Backer, who's like Elliott Wave genius, pretty much out here. Friends, he literally has this scenario where we recover up, we go back, touch like, you know, 75 to 80K, and then we just come back down. He's like, okay, and then we just got to deal with something next. What's interesting is that's actually the 21 EMA. See this yellow dot line, friends? That's the 21 EMA. And then we have to think about what to do next. Here's the funny part. We might go at the end of the year, everyone thinks, oh, new all-time high break, and then snap to 50. And then we got to go back up. And then we go back. That's that final shakeout. You see what I've done, friends, is, by the way, if I draw this out, look, you're actually on your way to a freaking, look at this. This could just pop up. Bang. What I've just drawn right here is the standard 4-year cycle. Okay, this is standard 4-year. Right there. What I've just drawn here. Up, down, screw around, capitulate us in October, right? That's what usually when the stock market crashes, right? October's usually a bad month. And then go up. See that? Isn't that crazy, friends? What I just drew for you is standard 4-year cycle. But what I like to do now is I like to go, okay, what's the crowd? See, if you notice, friends, you know when the crowd expects something to happen, it starts going that way. It does, okay? The crowd never gets told the truth immediately. So if the crowd expects, oh, we're all expecting 100K this year, yeah. If we're gonna like trap everybody, I don't think we're gonna stop now and then just go down to 40 or something. I don't think we're gonna do that. I think what happens is, remember, oh yeah, just to remind you guys, I mentioned this. Yeah, I ran multiple polls now. Literally, friends, 65 to 80% of people believe Bitcoin is hitting 100K this year. And only I'm like, oh, you know what, man, I've got to take the other side of that. I've got to take the other side of that now. When are we always right? You know what I mean? That's this. Look, we are, there were the, if you go back, the crowd was right about, will Bitcoin break its high before the all-time before the Bitcoin halvening, and that's what happened. That's what happened. But you got to think, right? Like, obviously, you run 20 of these. The crowd's right a few times. Just that on average, right? On average, you want to take that bet. But friends, for us, we're fine, man. None of you guys are doing leverage, guys, girls, pups, squirrels with your straight backs and your fluffy slippers. Don't do this leverage, man. I just told you 2x wipeout leverage, and yeah, it's just to tell you the psychology of people in this leverage game, and it's because they don't know which coins to buy. They don't know which coin to bridge in. They don't know how to use on-chain anything. They don't want to. It's too much for them. They don't know where to start. Okay, that's why, yes, it takes quite a bit. Once you start to get used to it, you know it's pretty much, it's free money, friends. It's literally on-chain. You don't have market maker manipulators. You have people who hold the supply. They're believers on average compared to everyone in exchanges where people who were believers held the coin 3, 4, 5 years ago. Now they're here to dump. So I want to remind you as well, right? So crypto slowly recovering from that aftershock, waiting to see if the coast is clear for Bitcoin to continue. That's pretty much where we are right now. We're just waiting to see, is Bitcoin going to head back down or it's going to go back up? And if it does go back up, we're going to be paying close attention to that slingshot, because if we truly are, friends, at like a yearly high forming part, what we'll see is, this is it, right? The bottom chart is Bitcoin. If Bitcoin, okay, starts going up and pokes the high, maybe the slingshot pokes the high as well. Or maybe it does, okay? Maybe it just screws around. But then we'll want to find these trends. Maybe Bitcoin comes back down and then does this move. And in that move, when we go back down, the slingshot could happen. If that slingshot happens, you're like, we got to get out. And it's not just like, doesn't happen out of nowhere. It would be like anywhere from 14 days up to 2 months of just this extreme running over each other. In 2021, it was like, yeah, it was that short of a period. You know, you have like, it was like, 2 months, it's 60 days. It starts happening, right? It was pretty much, imagine Solana stuff and Coinbase kept running now. Like they kept running and running and they went for another month or two. And then imagine Solana gets within like 20% of flipping Ethereum. Imagine the mania of that happening. And then I'll be talking about Solana ETF. We got to bring the Solana ETF. Don't worry about the Ethereum ETF. You know, that type of like hyper talk, hyper bull talk, but we never got that. Okay, we got Bitcoin to slow down. We got a pre-programmed fake World War III event just to slow things down for the narrative, and maybe I guess we're gonna continue to something else soon. Now, Bitcoin halvening, friends, is actually like, by the time you see it's like 24 hours away. It's just gonna cut the inflation. The inflation's not that relevant at all. Everybody owns all the Bitcoin. Yeah, it is relevant for the miners and stuff, but for the most part, we're stock market correlation stuff, because stock market is risk appetite. You gotta remember, friends, if Bitcoin goes up when the stocks go up, and then when stocks collapse, we have a liquidity crisis with it, that doesn't mean we are a true money tech. Yeah, that means we are more of a technology risk on tech, right? That's pretty much what it's not me talking. A lot of people get upset hearing that. Oh, no, it's funny. You're probably thinking, oh, wait, they got upset. Yes, play some nice angel music for them to calm them down. Yes, it means we are digital Ponzi money. But like the Bitcoin meme is so sacrilegious. We are the true store of value. We are the creation from God himself. We've come down from the heavens. That's pretty much the whole things about it. If you also notice, friends, you know, Bitcoin or the Bitcoin DeFi and stuff, they have words like ordinals and runes and scripts. Okay, they have words where if you're playing like World of Warcraft or any of these adventure games and you're going deep into the cave and you're like investigating like ancient archaeological type of sites, they're the type of words out there, because basically Bitcoin is the first one, the ancient. It's like, the caveman writings on the walls. Here are the scriptures. This is like, this altar. They had like the magical power. That's pretty much it. That's like the whole Bitcoin meme and stuff. And also they walk around like looking like lizards and things here and there. So, sorry, not lizards, like wizards. Wizards, not lizards, friends. Almost Freudian slip. No, not the lizard people. They're actually like wizards. So it's interesting, the meme culture about that, okay? So it's just, everything has like its own different personality type with each coin and stuff. So I'm here just to flesh it out for you, to show you the differences between them. Okay, we've already gone through Bitcoin being a red month for April. Maybe just got to let it reset. But also, friends, this is a nice piece of news. PulseX finally cracked a 4% total buy and burn, which is really cool to see here. Look at this. It hits a magical 4%. Now, what a lovely number you can see there. So here it is right now. Okay, so this didn't even update. It says 3.99 here. Here we go. We've updated to 4%. There we go, just to see it. Look, what's important as well, I mean, you're looking at, hey, what about this minus 38% for the past 30 days return? Yeah, but 813 billion PulseX, friends. That is worth $81 million when we're at day one sack. So the protocol of all the altcoin trading, that's right, altcoin trading, friends, people trading, you say thank you very much because they have chewed up $81 million worth of PulseX when we get to day one sack. And we are quite a while from day one sack, but this is the chart right here. Yes, looking very ugly from here. This is when Richard injects $14 million. It gets instantly rejected, and then we drop down, ouch, 77%. But yeah, if we get back to day one sack at some point this decade, friends, that now you know, right? When we get there, there is $81 million, actually be more by that point, $81 million less on the supply. Less, okay? That's awesome. That's fantastic. How does this translate later in the future? I hope with more price go up. But just showing you, like, when we get there, like, it's... Look, be honest, a lot of people, they're saying, wait a minute. If we didn't have that buy and burn, are you telling me we'd be, like, 80, 90% lower? Yeah, we might be. Yeah, we might be. Because this thing has been chewing it up every single time. So that's why, friends, owning PulseX truly is owning the casino. Okay? Because... HOA, P-Die, Teddy Bear. Who's going to win? Dick with Butt. Is Dick with Butt going to flip Teddy Bear? Or is Teddy Bear going to go on a run and then Mr. B Roots is going to get everybody in crypto banter again to trade back and forth, do all that? See all that commotion? Haters of PulseX are within those traders somewhere. Okay? People who are like, you know what? PulseX, you suck. But they're just here for the value of degen trading, which is just everyone. That's what everyone in crypto is doing, speculating. The taxes done on all the liquidity and stuff and all the buy and burn, right, is buying up PulseX in the background. So that's the best part about PulseX. It's the only coin where haters are buying it without even knowing. They don't even have to touch the coin and they're buying it. That's the best part. With Hex, haters are dumping it and they're walking out, even though Richard made them like $16 million and they just walk out. They give nothing back to the community. So they're out, and many others, okay? A lot of Hex people, and they're like, oh, identity crisis, you're actually up, not down, weird gaslighting stuff. So they're like, yeah, you know what I mean? So they move out. Okay, they don't have to touch it at all. With Pulse Chain, yeah, you've got to buy a bit of Pulse for gas, but man, you could get away. Okay, I hate you, but here's $5 worth of gas. Okay, that'll last you enough to do your trading. Okay, but PulseX, okay, the PulseX buy and burn is based off the fee of how much they're inserting. So the more they want to gamble, the more that they buy. That's it. The more they want to gamble, and it's like really, really accelerated. So even if there's haters, friends, even if there's haters of PulseX, they want nothing to do with the coin. They're swapping between Tangang and Dick With Bot and nah, bang, 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 the banana gun, all these other stuff. The buy and burn is working in the background, and it's chewing up PulseX off the order book. That's it. Every day, every single day. This is the PulseX to Pulse ratio, friends. It's back around the 21 EMA. Look, if this just goes sideways forever, it's all right. That's why this thing is very, very safe for yield farming, for PulseX, Pulse yield farming. You could also say at this point, maybe PHEX is as well at this ratio now. But I mean, like, they're all pretty much the same thing. They're all liquidity bonded because it's all the same people pretty much moving stuff here and there. So that's fantastic to see, isn't it? But if we go back to Pulse, friends, Pulse unfortunately flipped red on the weekly super trend. Like, man, did you have to do it, friends? We were so close. We were so close and we just closed under, but it is what it is. Now, what does that mean? Look, traditionally, friends, last time this happened, what I went and did was, I went back to Hex in its last bull market. Not the bear market, its last bull market in Hex. So Hex was a cycle 1 coin, cycle 1 narrative. It went up only back then. And I got how long it stayed red on the weekly super trends. And it was about 5 months. So that's about to September this year. So, by the way, if you notice, the super trend flips green at 1.6x, so 60% above day one sack. So are we going to get something like this? You never know, friends. We could get something like that. Oh, wow, we finally flipped green. That could happen. But look how, I mean, like, I know most people are disappointed. Look at the numbers we're looking at, by the way. You're 20% below day one sack, and it's been 3 years when everyone else has pretty much been making money. I know, friends, that's why, look, in all my life, okay, all my life, friends, when I go through hard times, turmoil, and all these, I cop it on the chin. Look at this chiseled jaw. You know how many punches I've taken? Okay, I cop it on the chin. And then I get up, and instead of blaming anything else, I go, okay, I need a strategy. How do I win? How do I win? How do I win? Okay. And then I learned from that. That's why I knew from a year ago, 90% call, 10% lottery. Okay. I knew 90% call, 10% lottery. I go, man, it's going to be real. I'm going to feel a lot of pain if I don't do any research. By the way, friends, yes, maybe your lottery tickets haven't, they're not like up heaps and then haven't like done amazingly well. But you have programmed your brain, the neural networks in your brain already. You are already used to practicing to swap, to look on Twitter, to watch my videos, to see what a cheap price is. You know, your friend saw me here. I always say, hey, you know what? This is like a cheap, like, you know, I draw the big rectangles, my famous rectangles, friends. I'll show you this. It's in the big rectangle. That's it. This is the big rectangle to sell. This big rectangle to buy. Put on a weekly chart. Okay. You're already training your mind to do that. You're aware of them. So when those things come up, like none of our friends went from 350K market cap up to like 1.5, like did a 4 or 5x yesterday. Yeah, of course, it's good. Okay, there's more, probably I made my videos and there's more exposure and stuff here and there. But just showing you, friends, we're going to see more of that over time. Okay, this is small play. This is nothing. Like, you got to imagine in the future. Imagine when PulseX's like 10x higher from here, okay? The amount of FOMO, the amount of money, the amount of rush. By the way, when PulseX's 10x higher, we're not finding any coin under like 55 million market cap, pretty much, okay? If PulseX, the whole ecosystem, by the way, is right now it's like, you know, 3 billion, probably, about 2.8 billion. Yeah, if the whole ecosystem was 28 billion, we're not finding anything under million market cap. That's why everything that Tangang would launch or anything else that would happen out there, any other coin, they'll just be shooting up because the network effect of everyone's too large. So, but you need the foresight. You need the foresight to get there, friends. And that's why with this, I believe that, look, if you have any spare bullets, I would still keep accumulating. The thing, though, is I know a lot of you, a lot of your friends, man, you guys are really hungry for altcoins. And you're like, which ones? I like, look, man, I mentioned to you, like, look at Blast on a slow. Teddy Bear is lagging as well. You had, well, there was none yesterday. HOA, you could look at HOA, Dick with Butt, friends. You just gonna have to, like, I'm in my specialty, man. My specialty, I'm a crypto connoisseur, a friendly connoisseur in the depression zone. That's it. Because I know, man. I know. Cheap prices. Buy low. That's it. See you later. See you later. I don't care. Once we start to leave it, then you're like, okay, now you need a thesis. Now you need a real thesis to tell me, okay, even though we've exited the buy zone, why should this go, say, 15x higher from here to justify you paying up here? You know, or 10x higher. Why should it do that? If you can think of a good thesis and you actually really believe in it, you're fine. However, to me, friends, it's really hard to think of a thesis for, like, you know, everything. So it's just so much easier to go, oh, you're cheap. You're cheap. There's no thesis out right now. You're cheap. And then people will make up a thesis when it goes up later. And it is what it is, okay? So you've learned a lot today. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you soon.